How you guys doing? This is Hybridsteel and welcome to Wednesday. Wednesday's been a bit of a funny day, like getting woken up at stupid o'clock in the morning by my kids, which is something I always complain about, and just trudging through the day, and all of a sudden I caught up with like the news of Gold Rush. Obviously season 30 ended today, and season 30 ended the other day, and it all went through like, you know, the game's on offer and so on and so forth. And then, like, all of a sudden, there was another announcement that went out today. And I was like, okay, what is this? And it says no to cheating. This is really cool. This is, like, the first time in, like, the whole of the season mode that Gold Rush has actually bothered to do any due diligence when it comes to cheaters on leaderboards. So it starts off. Dear players, we wanted to share an important update regarding a recent issue with awards in our Gold Rush the game. We understand that this problem has caused some confusion, and we realise the importance of maintaining a fair and competitive atmosphere in the gaming world. I'll talk about all this in a minute. I'm just going to read through the article and we'll get into it. After conducting a thorough analysis, we identified that certain players were cheating and unfairly earning awards and rewards. We firmly believe that such actions deserve condemnation, and we have taken immediate steps to rectify the situation. Thanks to the newly implemented system, we will now be actively removing cheaters and ensuring a fair environment for all players. We want each of you to enjoy playing Gold Rush the game without concerns about unfair practices. Among the first to receive the official ban, these are the first people, so they know there are more. For dishonest practices are Higgs Boson _Matt and the Drews. We apologise for any confusion and inconvenience this may have caused. We assure you that we are such a situation for occur in the future. We have corrected the results to reflect fairness and justice. Congratulations to all honest winners, and thank you for your understanding. So, the reason why they started to crack down on this is because I mentioned in my previous video, this studio, that basically the people who now work for Code Horizon are a new group of people. They are not the old guard. They are a new bunch of devs looking to make this a much fairer experience. So that's why we're now getting this. The plus side to this actually meaning that for the first time in a really long time, there is now that little bit of faith within the developers of this game. We have been sitting here for years wondering when the next update is going to come or when console's going to get updated and so on and so forth. And this alone, just having an update to go like the actual leaderboard and just going, oh my god, this is actually happening. This is a big thing for Gold Rush. This is the first time anything like this has been done, because before that, no one really bothered to work on it. They just put the leaderboard out, did a bit of maintenance, and people just went along their merry ways and played it, exploiting the game as wherever it was going, and so on and so forth. Now, during my live streams, I did show my disdain for this, mainly because I'm not a big fan of in competition. You shouldn't be cheating. It's just one of those things. I know the save scrubbing thing and the worker scrubbing thing, well, mainly the save scrubbing thing is basically an exploit. And I'm hoping they do release a list of things that you really shouldn't do, or maybe change up the rules and stuff, but I don't know what's going to happen. All I know is that this is happening now, which makes me a little bit more happier about going into another season mode. Same with for you guys. If you were one of those people who were put off by the fact that people were actively cheating in this like leaderboard, and you weren't going to play it because of it, does this give you a little bit more faith in the developers because they're actively now working against it? Because this is a new group of developers. Like I said, the old guard never really did anything about this, but now it's being drawn up and it's actually being forwarded to them. This could be a sign of good change in the future. Now, obviously, during the leaderboard, we did actually have another update. It was the quad bike. Now, like I said, I did try the quad bike. For me, it wasn't really something I really enjoyed. I never really... I did give it a go. It didn't really sort of like fill me with a lot of like goodness in the actual game. And I was like, nah, I won't play it. But for having this brand new thing actually in the game, it does show they're trying to actively make lives better, or even just testing new things in the game itself, which does show a little bit of life. Now, granted, this game came out in 2017, but it has been sort of worked on since then. I mean, I say sort of because we never really knew what the old guys were up to. With this new team, they seem very much more on the ball. I mean, I've actually been speaking to the devs on and off about like how the game's going. They've replied to me a little bit, but that's more than what I got out of them before. And that's what put me off about this game before. Like, when I got to the end of my like season runs, I was like, I can't be bothered to play it anymore. The reason why I never really got back into playing it more is because there was never any sort of transparency between the devs and the actual players. The devs kept themselves locked away in a dark cupboard whilst the players were actively hungry about playing the game, but never really happened. So this was something that made me a little bit more happier. Not the fact that people are getting banned. I actually don't give a damn about the people who get banned, because unfortunately this happens, and that's just mainly because you decided to cheat instead of actually trying to play the game legit. But that's just one thing. I don't care what you do in your solo play. If you're going to exploit the game for all it's worth in your solo play, I'm not really bothered about your entire thing there. But when it comes down to like competition mode, and you're trying to win a fun competition, and you're trying to cheat it out as well, it makes me feel a bit it makes me very detached from the actual leaderboard itself. The reason why I went into leaderboard again is because I wanted to. I enjoyed my time on it, and I was happy just having fun. Having you guys to talk to and having all this was actually like a really good thing about it. I enjoyed the community that sort of came up around it and just talking. And then all of a sudden, like, I was being told that, hey, the best way to play this game is to exploit it. It's like, I don't want to. I'm quite happy playing the game legit, and I was just chilling out. Now, there are a couple of other practices that they do think that other people think are cheating. Like so the one thing that they don't like is if you take one of your employees and then you skip through your days to the next season. That's not an exploit, going by like some of the older players who have played the game, and being able to level up your your workers as fast isn't an exploit, because you're literally just skipping days. You're actually like hurting yourself more because you're not digging for actual gold. And then when it comes down to the other one, which is basically getting your people to level 70, which just means you're skipping through your days, and then changing them to what you need them to be. Again, they're not really exploits, because it's not taking away the random number generator that's in the game itself. And the reason why these people were banned in the first place was because of save scrubbing. Now, I explained what save scrubbing was in previous videos and in my live streams. Basically, it's the art of when you finish the claim, you save the game, you reset the claim, and if it doesn't fall on a layout that you like or is worth more money, then you basically reload the save. Something you can actually do in the game is just pay for another reload. You don't reload the save, you just reload the claim by paying the money for it. Money's not worth anything once you get to a certain point in this game, so I'm not even sure why people were exploiting this, but apparently it's just because they just wanted to be on top, so they had to have the same claim that generated the same amount of money each time, so they could just blast above us. Like they've said in the actual devs, they've said there's probably more out there. They'll probably look for hard evidence and so on and so forth. And maybe they'll chuck in a system later on. I don't know what's going to happen later on. Maybe they'll do an update. Maybe they'll find a way of detecting it. I don't know. But these guys are new, so I'm taking it with a grain of salt. And I'm literally sitting here seeing what's going to happen. At the end of the day, this actually makes me want to compete more in leaderboard now, because the cheaters will start playing the game legit. And I'll be happier with that, because at the end of the day, it doesn't impact my life because for me, playing the game, it's just for fun. But even if I'm playing for fun, I'd still like to have a shooting chance. We'll see how things go. Anyways, hopefully this news has made you guys consider maybe coming back to Gold Rush if you were one of those old players who are like, oh, I want to come back, but I don't want to deal with the cheaters. Maybe now's a good time to pop back. Worst comes to worst is you come back, you play for a bit, and you go, okay, I think I'm done. You gave it a shot again, and that was the best thing about it. So until my next video, live stream, or whatever else I do over here, this has been Hybridsteel. Hopefully you'll hit the like, subscribe, and notification button below for all other updates, and I'll be back here with a brand new video, live stream, or whatever else I do on this channel. Until then, peace out, have fun, enjoy everything you guys do. Ah, boom! Fist bump to you.